So tonight is the 100th birthday celebration of the Rose Bowl. It's not our actual 100th birthday, but it's not often a place gets to turn a century young. And what we're doing tonight is we're celebrating the generations of incredible, iconic, magnetic moments that this place has had, and really using that as a trampoline to the next few generations who hopefully experience the same thing that we all remember. And we're just so thankful to have, with the ownership of the City of Pasadena, the City Council, the Rose Bowl Operating Company, all the neighbors, this community. This is owned by the community, and for us to be able to keep this place alive and vibrant the way it is 100 years later, it's pretty darn special. So tonight is about celebrating that, and we'll worry about the next century after tonight. But this place deserves an incredible, really reverent celebration, and that's what we're going to do here tonight on the field. It's a 1920s theme. We were born in the 20s, so you're seeing a lot of that theme with the garb, and it's really a celebration of all the decades that we were alive. So out front, there's classic cars from multiple decades. The guests are enjoying a speakeasy right now, but when we get out there, the anthem's going to get belted out by a former American Idol finalist, and there's going to be a 7-plane World War II flyover that really launches it, followed by a pretty emotional video.
If you get the opportunity to ever be a part of something like this, you want to embrace it. You want to be a part of it. Playing in the Coliseum, playing in the Rose Bowl, those are all great stadiums that have historical moments to them. When you talk about the Coliseum in the 1932 Olympics or the 84 Olympics, or you just talk about the Rose Bowl with the Super Bowls that's been played here, the soccer, just so much memory. So you always want to, if you can, be a part of that.
I used to grow up when I was a young kid watching this game because I could never afford to go. We used to come to the parade sometime and sit out on the street and watch the parade, but to actually watch this game and dream of playing in it, and then all of a sudden getting a chance to play in it, and then playing well in it and winning it, it was one of the highlights of my career, and I had a long career.
Well, it really has become our flesh and blood and our identity worldwide. I go all over the world sometimes, not so much the last couple of years with COVID, but you take the point, and everywhere people know Pasadena, California, and really it's because of what happens right here.
It's been here for so long, and it's such a great venue to be a part of it, and it's had so many historical events that have come here, whether it's soccer, whether it's football, whether it's presidents, whether it's concerts, whether it's, it just goes on and on. And so as Keith Jackson said, it is the granddaddy of them all.
I have so many happy memories here, a few sad ones when Stanford would lose and their occasional ventures into the Rose Bowl, but it's just such a iconic institution. Being here on the 4th of July and seeing the fireworks, being down on the field, it's just a special place.
Listen, I always say Ohio Stadium because I'm a Buckeye. I'm always fond of that, but this is my favorite setting of all of college football outside of Ohio Stadium because, obviously with the mountains in the background, the way it's set, and then the importance of the game being here in the Rose Bowl. So special. So one of my favorite venues.
I remember the Coldplay concert when they lit, I don't know if you remember the first time they lit the stadium up with those electronic bracelets. It was amazing. And of course, all the great football games we've seen here as well. So many fond memories.
When Texas played USC, that's the first thing that came to my mind. That was a game to beat all games.
Well, there have been so many great matchups over the years, and there is no more iconic scene in college football than the sun setting over the Rose Bowl during the annual Rose Bowl game.
Winning the national championship here in the Rose Bowl in 2003 with the USC Trojans, it was probably the greatest experience I ever had, I really loved it.
The Women's World Cup was probably the most transformative. When you think about how young girls were watching that at that time, and then appreciating just how they could participate and compete at a high level in sports, that was kind of a turning point, I think, in terms of women expressing their athletic strength and prowess, and that would be the one that stands out to me.
What this Rose Bowl has seen over 100 years, the stories that it could tell between Super Bowls and Rose Bowls and you name it. Some of the coolest events in sports history have happened right there.
It's a destination. It's where people, when they come here, they want to come and see the Rose Bowl. On weekends, you see people walking around the Rose Bowl, jogging, riding bikes. It's about a sense of community, and it really is. Rose Bowl and Pasadena are synonymous. They go hand in hand.
You can see the amount of time and energy and effort that goes in putting on such a wonderful event. It's exceptional. So I must commend the staff and all the donors and supporters that have taken place, as well as all the media that has brought the attention, because this stadium is unbelievable.
Well, tonight is just a sort of accumulation of 100 years. It's an opportunity to celebrate the stadium's history and an opportunity to launch it going forward. We don't think of the stadium as sort of one and done, 1 century done. We are looking forward to the 2nd century.
People come, they see games, they walk around it, but people are really excited to be on the field, and I think when you see it, you're going to be blown away.
Really, I'm just a guy who loves snacks, so whatever the snack situation, hopefully got some crab cakes and some tuna tartare, some things like that to really get the flavor out. But really just to see the event, see the pageantry of this amazing stadium, and just to be able to celebrate with everybody.
We'll do some Sinatra-style stuff, and then we'll pick it up and get people dancing a little bit later. We got Von Zell from American Idol. She's going to come up and sing a few tunes, and I think we'll get people up and having a good time.
The Rose Bowl is the home of UCLA. We're so proud of this venue, and it's such a great venue for us, and our fans love it. So we've been waiting for this party for a long time, and I'm glad it's here. We're excited to see. My favorite part of the Rose Bowl always is the flyover, so I'm excited to see that.
I'm excited for the silent auction, or no, the live auction. I'm excited to see what items we have to bid on. So yeah.
I think the Rose Bowl is as or more responsible for any other thing, venue, television, radio, to bring people from the Midwest to the West Coast to move here, right? Where they turn on the Rose Bowl game and they see the sunset and they're like, I don't care, honey, let's go. Pack up the U-Haul, like, let's go. So, I mean, it's American sports.
Well, this means a lot to me. I have been obsessed with the Rose Bowl since I was 6 years old. I've come here with my dad as a fan when I was a little girl. I have worked games here. I have worked the most famous game of all here, USC Texas. And so now I get to be back here presenting and helping to preserve this legacy. So, I mean, this has been a moment building since I was 6 years old. So I'm really excited about it.
Oh, we're super excited to celebrate Darryl Dunn and his legacy and just be part of such a great event.
It's become part of my DNA, and I certainly I love it to death, and it's a very proud night, I think, for the Rose Bowl as a whole, and I'm glad I could be a part of it.
You realize really simplistically how special this place has been to so many people, 100 million people around the globe. And to kind of encapsulate that in one night and celebrate it together is really, I think it's going to be emotional for a lot of us, So just thankful to be here, to be able to celebrate with everybody. And hopefully we have a great number that we fundraise for the future of the stadium, and that'll give us some momentum going into the next century.